Hi Sagis, how are you guys doing? Welcome to Sagittarius Tarot and another timeless reading. This reading is really holding the energy of you wanting to spice things up a bit. This is like sort of the universe trying to nudge you to spice up, right? I'm not going to use the word change. This is feels more like adding some salt and pepper towards your usual routines, right? There's something that you felt maybe you have felt in a rut, or maybe something has become redundant or repetitive. You feel you need to add some excitement, introduce the element of new or newness in your day to day, in your daily life. And there is this sentiment here where it feels more related to the mind rather than the physical. So this to me feels a little bit different than a need to spice things up when it comes to your lifestyle, right? Like, what do you eat? Where do you hang out? How do you travel? Your commutes, your fun leisure activities. No, this feels for me something that has more of a mental significance, where you definitely put more emphasis towards mind over matter type of situation. So here you're not looking to spend more or make more. You're not looking to eat more or eat less or do this or do that. This feels to me a little bit some sort of wanting to think risque thoughts, or something that you might consider a little bit more risky or frisky or whatever that is, compared to what your usual train of thought or line of thought. These are wild ideas out there. These are a new way in looking towards life. This is a definite exotic perspective, something like that. And to me, this feels like the universe's way to nudge you towards that direction because of a very upcoming blessing. There is some sort of blessing that's going to show up in your life. And maybe that was the universe's way to prep you a little bit by infusing that change in mind and mental and routine in order for you to be more prepared towards this upcoming blessing. And now, so a blessing, usually, we always tend to think about it like whenever someone says blessing, we tend to think about it as if it's an ideal situation that's just gonna come and bless us and make all our life like amazing and like a very ideal scenario. And this is what comes out to mind when we talk about blessings. Well, in reality, a blessing feels more like if you have cut your hand and there's a band-aid and so you need to rip it off. It's going to feel a little bit uncomfortable for a relatively short amount of time, but is essentially just really the workings of life restoring that wound to wellness. And this is literally like how a blessing in your life is going to feel like. You might not recognize it at first, so try to be really aware. It might feel like uncomfortable, it might feel like ripping off the band-aid, it might feel like that zit you need to pop and open. It's gonna feel like that, right? Like something uncomfortable that might not feel, but it's really essential for it to heal a certain wound. And whether that wound is emotional, financial, mental, energetic, whatever it is, this is really a blessing that you're gonna find afterwards. After the uncomfortable phase, you're gonna feel that you are in such a better, happier, healthier space. And throughout that process, because it could be uncomfortable and it could arise certain emotions, I want you to follow the advice of a quote by Friedrich Nietzsche that says, "Without music, life would be a mistake." And so channel the power of music to deal with your emotion, to express your emotions, to feel your emotions, and to write them out. Good emotions or not so good emotion, whatever you want to describe them. Music is going to help you and carry you throughout this journey. And yeah, this is intense. But you know what I love about it? As much as it can be uncomfortable, this is something huge. This is a major, major, major blessing. You know how sometimes circumstances line up in order for you to lose a job that really sucks, and you feel in the moment that it's uncomfortable. It comes, the reason it's uncomfortable because it also comes like very abruptly, like you did not think that this is the time or the place for it to happen, but the universe knows better. And so suddenly you start feeling like overwhelmed. What am I gonna do? I lost this job, or I lost the home. What am I gonna do next? How am I gonna, and we tend to be so wrapped up in that reality without noticing that once that washes over, you're gonna get, the job of our dreams, or a much better job. And then we're gonna realize, oh wow, look, I was here. Like none of this would have happened if that blessing, right, didn't happen there. This can come in the sort of a job. This could be changing up your home, but also under these abrupt situations. Something's gonna trigger, having to deal with this, and that's what's gonna take you out of the comfort zone. This could be talking about a trip, a relationship, an old wound, a conversation that you must have, whatever it is. This is a great, great energy, Sagittarius. I love this for you. Now let us look at the message of this reading. Beautiful. You get the Strength in reverse. And the Strength in reverse talks to you about you needing to tap into and look deeper towards your current levels of inner strength. You gotta ask yourself these questions whenever the Strength in reverse shows up in your reading. These questions could be like, is my inner strength depleted and needs to be rejuvenated? If so, what can I do to, replenish it? Or is my inner strength really strong? And so how can I make it stronger? Or if so, what can I do with it? And how can I express it in the consciousness, from the unconscious to the consciousness, in order to deal with this upcoming situation, right? So this is talking to you about trying to ask yourself the hard questions when it comes to your levels of inner strength and where you are at, in order for you to, the assessment will be able to give you, an actual description of where you are at. Following that, you'll be able to know how to channel it, how to replenish it, how to make it stronger, and all of that, right? And then you'll be able to deal with whatever comes your way. And that is really beautiful, Sagittarius. Let's look with it towards the tarot card of this reading. Oh God, you get go for it. That's amazing. That's amazing. Already there's like two animals here, like a lion and a unicorn. You get the unicorn card. It says, go for it. Your prayers and positive expectations have been heard and answered. We've been working with you on this situation since its genesis, and we continue to watch over you and everyone involved. Stay on your present path, as it will take you very far indeed. And this is a confirmation that whatever is you're doing, you are supported, watched over, and protected. And this has been going on for a while, even if you did not, you had no idea, like you were, hugged by life before this. And this is beautiful. And this is why I think, that sort of internal checkup was essential before going for it. This is sort of, let's say if you're planning to go on a road trip, sometimes you gotta pass by the gas station to make sure you have enough gas in your tank, to make sure you have enough water for your engine, to make sure that the tires pressures are all good. Sometimes we do check up all these things because in case something needs to be fixed before that long road trip, right? It'll be done. And in that sort of way, you will limit the amount of crisis that might happen throughout the way. And so you'll be more ready and more comfortable to face that amazing journey. And this literally feels like this when it comes to your life. I love this. Now, let us look at how the energy starts We're going to do for this reading some sort of linear spread. The first row, we're gonna look at a timeline of how the energy starts and then it's gonna mature. So let us look at what would be the first card for Saggy that goes along with these two. Illumination, Ace of Wands. Very fiery, very beautiful, very lit up. You are lit, Saggy. I love this. This is like a thermal look into the hand of fire, your hand. And because of your fire, this indicates that you are able to create all of this. This could also be the hand of the divine illuminating for you the way forward. And your fire is gonna, this is all sort of fire, like fireworks, snow fire, the actual moon light, the fire of the sun, all of these things. And this is amazing. This indicates that the energy is very lit. The path in front of you is illuminated. That means it is another affirmation that the universe is working with you. You are watched over, you are protected, you are illuminated, you are empowered. Everything is pushing you towards that way. What a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful journey. And you see how important it was to just check up your inner engines right before we continue with this, because you are really going for it. How gorgeous, right? How gorgeous. And I love this sort of capri blue here. That sort of tames the fire as well and shows that you have a balance, right? You're not burning like a supernova, like dying or whatever because you're burning too brightly. No, I think there is a balance here. There's a lot of strips of this capri blue, and I love this for you as well. This means it's a tempered start. And the Ace of Wands beside the illumination indicates also that whatever this is that you're going for it, this is a new energetic journey. This could be a new sexual experience with a person. This could be starting a sexual relationship with someone. This could be a new trip that you planned, or a new series of trips, or a lifestyle that will involve a lot of traveling. This could also talk about a new creative project. This could talk about sometimes the conception of, could be a child sometimes. There is this amazing, amazing energy here. How pretty. Now let's look at how this energy progresses, because this is literally the cardinal energy of the energy, right? Now we're gonna look at the fixed energy before we look at the adaptable. And so, I'm so excited to see what we're gonna have. Justice in reverse is the fixed energy in the middle. And so I think whatever this is, was to right a wrong. This is the God intervening, but through you, to restore a certain justice in your path. If you had it upright, it would have been different, because that would have been a set of circumstances that is going to play in your favor. No, with this, I feel that you are sort of the mediator here. Like, it's sort of like God is speaking through you, or the universe or life is talking through your work, or through your mouth, or thanks to your hands' creation. So there is something that where you're going to be able to channel that divine energy into creating some sort of justice. And I like it a lot. That means really the universe has your back. It does, Saji. Such a beautiful energy so far. Let's look at how this energy is going to mature into the mutable energy at the end. And it is, I love this as a mutable energy at the end. You get the 10 of Swords. No longer you are shackled by the old thoughts, the Old Testament, the old beliefs, the old conditioning, the old conception. No longer you are being put in a box by society or accepting to be put by a box. You're definitely thinking outside the box here. You're definitely creating creative solutions. You are definitely illuminating a new path. And if you look at 10 paths ahead of you that you felt did not resonate with you, I see you here definitely creating another 11th path, sort of, that will resonate with you, that fits you and that fits your energy. You are ripping the band-aid off. You remember like when I talked to you about the blessing and ripping the band-aid off? This literally translates that energy, but instead of a band-aid, we can see old wounds created by old beliefs or old conditioning or old thoughts that keep us stuck. And so if you notice, imagine like taking these swords one by one out of the hands, out of the nose. It's gonna hurt, right? It's gonna feel uncomfortable, like I said before. Like ripping the band-aid off, it's gonna feel uncomfortable for a relatively short time, but this is essential because the workings of life will restore that wound to wellness and you will be reborn into boundless potential instead of being limited by these confines of old constructs and old energies that you used to hang on to because of something within you. And that is why this journey is so essential. That's why you got this. You had to just make sure that you calibrate that inner strength before you go for it and start all of this. How gorgeous. Let us look now at how the energy continues. Let's see what life has to share with us or wants to share with us. Remain positive. So the idea here is to remain positive, and this came under the illumination card, which is gorgeous by itself because these two cards really hold a lot of light, a lot of fire, as you can tell, and there's this explosion of light in both of them. I don't know if you can see here, and look at this. There's these fireworks, explosion of light. The colors also are very close. There is more green here, but overall, you know, the blue was replaced by the green. Both are colors of abundance and manifestations. And yeah, you gotta remain positive. You gotta go for it regardless, right? Regardless of if it felt uncomfortable for a relatively short of time. Let's look at the angel and ancestors to see how this process of restoring justice is going to look like or feel like. And you get the summer card in reverse, bask in joy and light. With it, you get the bee card with the teamwork and the honey, which is the nectar of the harvest of the bees. And with this in reverse, for me, that process might feel a little bit lonely, maybe, at the beginning, because when the bees are in reverse, you're not talking about a hive anymore. You're talking about one worker bee, that's you. But that's the beauty of it. You're going to be able to build your own colony if you are, let's say, a queen bee that was like kicked out of the nest, or if you're just a worker bee or something, without going further into like bee metaphors. But I think really like here you have this option. The process might feel a little bit lonely. The process might feel a little bit tedious. The process might feel a little bit uncomfortable, but restoring justice is just going to feel like that. And I think you're just gonna go for it. Now let us look at, also this is indicating like summer, but it's in reverse. So this might be telling me that whatever this is might not be realized or might not happen at the beginning of summer. Maybe it will be, maybe the process will start at the beginning of summer, but it won't end until you reach the end of summer. Now we are looking at the aspiration. $11, the Woodward. Sorry, something happened and there was a cut. So to continue, you got here the Woodward. In this Wildwood Tarot deck, sort of is another interpretation of the Strength card, but here you get it upright. And how fitting that you got this as your aspiration, what you aspire to embody once you go through all of this. And the woodwork holds the energy of both being the guardian of these animals, but at the same time, the hunter of these animals. So that means he needs to be able to be ruthless, fierce, strong if he want to hunt for them, and cunning, and have all these attributes. But he also needs to be compassionate and thoughtful and loving in order to protect them. And this is saying that you're going to be able to embrace that, to have first that very inner power that we were talking here about cultivating. So whenever you are faced with a situation that's impossible, you don't know from where all this brute strength is going to come from you. But once you tap into it, you'll have it. And then you'll be really surprised. You'll be like, where did that come from? I did not know I had the strength to deal with this head on. And so it is that feeling. You're gonna have the strength to confront all of this, to take all these swords, to deal with this situation, to restore justice, to finish all this, to illuminate, to remain positive, like really going for it. But at the same time, you will still you will also have that other half of you that will remain someone who can sort of take the higher road sometimes, but at the same time indicating that, listen, if I am doing this, or if I'm allowing this, this is not a weakness. I'm not a victim here. I am just deciding to take the high road on this. And whenever you do not want to take that, and whenever you do want to restore something or protect something, or, claim something, then you'll also have all the fierceness in the world to have it. So what a beautiful, beautiful energy to end the reading with. I love this for you, Sagittarius, so much. Thank you for watching till the end. Thank you for clicking the like button. It shows me that you appreciate my content. Thank you for sharing my videos by clicking the share button. Thank you for leaving me comments. They help me bond and connect with you. For everyone who already subscribed to my channel, a huge thank you. You support me so much. If you are watching this video and you did not subscribe yet, please click at the end of this video on the Sagittarius logo icon, or under this video, the subscribe button. It is for free and it helps my work reach a wider audience. Stay blessed, aligned and connected. I love you.